You can have that piece. That is, you want me to give me a bite? All right. That is good stuff. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Plant-Based Gabriel and Plant-Based Bridgette kitchen. How are you doing today? Well, today we are making our banana cinnamon breakfast bars. You don't want to wear your hat? You don't want to wear your hat? We're inside. I'm wearing a hat. You can wear a hat. Yeah, it's up to you. All right, you want to take it off? All right. Well, we will toss that over there. All right. So to get started on our banana cinnamon breakfast bars, it is very simple. A great recipe, one that you can double, triple. If you do want to make a bigger batch, you'll need to get a larger sheet pan because the thicker you make it, it will change things. You want it to about half an inch thick, a third to a half an inch thick when all is said and done. All right, so to get started, we're going to do our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients separately. And so we've got our dry ingredients. We will go ahead and load up first in our bowl, and that is going to be 1 cup of rolled oats. Those could be quick cooking oats or all the way to old-fashioned thick rolled oats. Just make sure they are rolled oats. And then we are going to use 1 cup of flour. We prefer using oat flour. I grind my own oats in the Vitamix blender. You could do it. You could also buy gluten-free gluten-free flour. You could use whole wheat bread flour, but it's going to be, well, if I can get that there. 1 cup. I got it, Bridge. Don't worry. 1 cup of what we are using, oat flour, but that could be any whole grain flour. All right. Next, we have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Is that about a teaspoon? Looks like it. Oops. Hey, apparently we needed a dash more. Then we've got a teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon of baking soda. And there is our dry ingredients. We're going to set that aside. Now we've got our wet ingredients, and you could do this in another bowl. You could do this kind of all together. That would be fine, but I prefer to use the blender. It makes quick work of this, really quick work of this. And so in the blender, I have 1.5 cups of water. So 1.5 cups of water. We're going to add 2 nice and ripe bananas. You can see there, they're nice and spotty. You can use banana bread type bananas that are real brown. It will give it'll taste like banana bread. This one, you want a banana flavor, but not so strong. So we'll just pop those into the water. And the water, you could use a plant-based milk, like an oat milk, almond milk. Those would be perfectly fine, but hey, water's cheap. It's easy and 0 calorie, and you don't need the extra flavor from anything else, really. All right, then we've got 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. Organic raw apple cider vinegar is our favorite, and they always add a nice little cap there. It's about a teaspoon, so 2 teaspoons of that. And then we've got a little bit of sweetener we're going to add. So 2 to 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. You do have the 2 bananas in there, so you don't have to use the maple syrup or use as much of it. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now what you're going to do with this, just blend it for like 10 seconds on a low setting. Basically, once the bananas have been mashed, you are not making, you don't need to blend this very long. So we're gonna go over there and blend that real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, super simple. You basically just get kind of a frothy mixture. That's all you need to do. All right, we've got our dry ingredients. And the reason we do this separately is because we are going to be kind of creating a reaction to rise between the baking soda and the apple cider vinegar. And so you don't want to mix them all together so you kind of lose that bubbly effect as you're mixing. While I'm thinking of it, I'm going to start my oven to 385 degrees, and we're going to cook this for 25 minutes. But get that oven preheated. If you're going to use like a large oven, you may want to get that preheated sooner. We're using our nice kind of tabletop oven there, and so it preheats pretty quickly. And so here we're just going to mix together all of our dry ingredients, basically just so that you don't have a big lump of baking soda that doesn't get mixed together nicely. All right, that looks really good there. Okay, now we've got our wet ingredients, and we're just gonna pour that in. I want you to see kind of that consistency. It's very liquidy. You know, we're not looking to have a thick banana mixture. It's pretty liquidy, and we're just gonna mix that all in. And you can play around with this. If you find that, oops, you accidentally added too much liquid, you can always add a little bit more flour in there and thicken it right up. And it looks like, Bridgette, while I was holding you, I did add a little bit too much water. That looks like maybe 1 3/4 or almost 2 cups of water. So we're just gonna add a little bit more oat flour, but if you stick with a cup and a half of water, you're gonna be all right. Mix that in, thicken it up a little bit. You don't want it thick, you want it to pour into the plate or the tray, but you also don't want it so liquidy that it's gonna take a long time to mix up. So somewhat like a cake batter. Make sure everything's even there, you see, and I'll show you what that looks like when we pour it in. And we've just got about a 9 by, what is that? 8 by 16, 9 by 15 baking sheet that we've lined with parchment paper. We're gonna pour that in, and it's always good to not waste any. Scoop that out there. And then I like to kind of pinch in those sides and scoot in some mixture so this thing bakes nice. Takes up the whole tray. All right, and I just kind of make sure we're nice and even there. And once that oven says, hey, I've preheated all the way, Bridgette, you know, it goes beep, 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 I'm ready to go, we're gonna toss it in there, and then we'll wait for 25 minutes. So once that preheats, we'll put it in, and then we will be back to give it a try here in, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. We'll give ourselves a few minutes to let it cool, but we will be back. We are back, Bridgette Rose, and what do we have? We have our banana bread breakfast bake all ready to go. What I like to do, or what we like to do after it's done baking, someone's hungry, is to pull the parchment paper off of the baking sheet and put it on something like a wire rack here, you can see, and that just helps it cool more effectively. All right, let's set that to the side. Pull this over here, and here's how we normally do it. It comes off more easily if you do it all in one go. So don't cut slices just yet. You can, but just understand that it certainly is more prone to sticking. And then you can take this, your nice sheet there, and oh, does it become a nice, it does really become a nice, I mean, it's like a flat banana bread made out of oats and bananas, of course. And then we just slice it up into, what is that, 6s? 12 pieces? No, 8 pieces. And and there you go. You can see there that how we like it is like kind of a banana bread. So it's not dry. It's gonna be nice and moist. That banana adds a nice level of moistness there. You can zoom in a little bit, or Dr. Miller, you're really allowed to move on the camera. We had a stationary camera for the first shot. Now we're here with Dr. Miller. But you can see there. Do you want the first bite, or do you want me to take it? All right, you can take the first bite. Come on in, zoom on in on that. That's the, let's see how she likes it. Is that good? Oh, you're not gonna give me that extra bite? All right, my turn. Well, I would say that Bridgette Rose likes it, and I certainly do too. You get a nice sweetness from the banana, as well as from the maple syrup. Good consistency, a nice hearty breakfast. Low fat, easy to do, whole food, plant-based. You really can't beat that, can you, Bridgette? You can have that bite. You can have that piece. That is, you want me to give me a bite? All right. That is good stuff. Well, all right, everyone. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and share this video if you've enjoyed it or you think someone else that you know would like to make this recipe. And as always, we'll be back in the kitchen. We'll be back on the farm. You'll see us soon. That's all we have to say, I guess. But we love you, and we'll hope to see you in another video soon. You want to take us away with one more big old bite? That's a good, healthy, whole food, plant-based appetite. Look at that. My turn. No? All right, we'll see you guys. Well, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.